Hello, fabulous Taurus. Welcome to your horoscope for the month of April 2015. Love Focus. I am your astrologer, Nadiya Shah. Thank you for being here. What a wonderful month it is for you in the context of love. It might not always feel very wonderful, and that is thanks to Mars. But trust me, it really is. And maybe love isn't the right word for this. Maybe a better word is passion. And that's what happens when Mars enters your sign. It is set to be a time that is passionate, that feels that you have a lot of energy, especially on a physical level, and that feels, in a sense, that you are awakened on a sensory level at that. And so the body is awakened. There are ideas happening, yes, on a level of mind, but more than that, there is energy. There is attraction, and there is a desire to earnestly connect with another person, to go out there and make those connections happen. And that does ensure changes, development, progress, events take place in the context of love. Now, we do have also, with this move of Mars into your sign, it isn't just that Mars is moving into your sign, but that as Mars moves into the month, slowly but surely moves into an ever and ever tightening conversation with Pluto, a conversation of supreme harmony. And just as Pluto stands still in the sky and prepares to go backwards, when a planet stands still in the sky, its energies are at its most potent. And Pluto already is a pretty potent energy. So we've got Mars speaking in supreme harmony with a Pluto that's essentially standing still in the sky. And this conversation perfects in the second part of the month. Well, this says to me that over the course of this month, you are slowly but surely building towards real change, real progress, and a real understanding of how you direct your passions, where it is that it is serving you well, and where it is that it is not. Now, a conversation like this between Mars and Pluto, well, first of all, becomes that much more significant because we've got Mars in your sign, but also that much more significant because both Mars and Pluto are associated with, are ruling planets of your opposite sign. So whenever these two planets are doing anything, even on their own, it speaks to your love life. But when these two planets are speaking in this type of conversation, and with Mars so close at hand, right there by your heart, it does suggest that lots of activity is happening and that you are finding yourself awakening to where you are in terms of love, in terms of partnership, how you are made better because of your partnership as well. And this lends itself to a truly transformative moment that can be a big game changer, very much to your liking. So those of you in an established bond, this is a conversation that speaks to a strengthening of that bond, a strengthening of that partnership. Now, what you want to watch out for in the early part of the month, there is that sort of tendency there. You want to just be careful that you are not, if you are one of those of your signs who feels a little frustrated as the month gets going, you don't want to take that frustration out on the people closest to you, particularly the person that you are in partnership with. This energy is ultimately an energy of self-knowledge, of taking ownership for the change you wish to experience, for the desire to live a life that feels more empowering, that feels more passionate. Stay connected to that, and you will find that your relationship actually is going to get a whole lot better as your partner understands that. If you feel frustrated, it's about you. It's not about them. So work on yourself, and the relationship will get that much better. And especially once we find you moving more and more into the month, you will find that your partner is much more supportive and really understands you with a depth that you hadn't fully realized before. So you really feel like you've got this person who's with you and who's on your side in the best possible sense. Those of you who are dating somebody, this is really a desire to, on the one hand, get to know them better, but there's a real move and a real push towards knowing this person, partnering with this person more, spending more time with them. and there's a strong physical element to them, to this. So let's just say that you're getting to know them better in a lot of different ways, okay? And it looks like it's going in a good direction, a more passionate direction at that. And ultimately, this is an energy of transformation. And so you are seeing yourself and what needs to change within you. Almost like a cathartic moment is promised, especially in the second part of the month, as you understand who you are and what it is that you desire to experience most in love and in many areas of your life. But it is going to be your attractions and your passions that are going to be part of this awakening. And this is also true to a certain extent for those of you who are open to meeting somebody new. If you don't currently have anybody right now, there's going to be a desire to partner up. There's going to be a desire to connect. And it's really that there's going to be sort of a push, okay? There's almost like I want to say Mars is a very embodied energy. Okay, I actually wrote an academic paper on Mars. My first paper as a graduate student was on Mars, and you can read that on my website. It's called Mars, the Sacred Masculine Within. But in this paper, I really explored this whole idea of how Mars is about understanding what your true passions are, understanding the truth that you wish to live in the world, and then committing to action that speaks to that truth, coming from a place of wholeness and exerting yourself in the world. And really, in a very simple way, going after what you want because you know what it is that you really want. Well, when we have this type of configuration playing out, it is attraction that plays a part in you understanding and having these understandings at that. So it is going to be your attractions. It is going to be what motivates you on a most immediate, on a very physical level that ultimately lends to some important realizations, transformations that are promised now that ultimately are going to empower you to understand what you really wish for and have like a very sweeping effect on many areas of your life. And it really is attraction that can be a force of transformation now. And ultimately the transformation is within yourself. What I love about this month for you is that you are waking up. That's really what it comes down to. You're waking up on a level of spirit and a level of body as well. You're deciding who you want to be in the world, and you're moving towards it. That makes it a time that's empowering. That also makes it a time that's very passionate. And it's a type of passion that I do think you will like very much because it awakens, it enlives, and it is nothing less than an encounter with the energy of life.